Are you thinking about rearranging your sewing room? It is that time of year where we start sewing like crazy for the holiday season. This Martelli Sensational Advantage table is awesome. Hey guys, it's Megan with Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, and this table is an amazing addition to your sewing room. Not only is it small enough that it fits through a doorway, but it also has a fantastic cutting station built in, and it's just a really cool table. So let's talk about how it's made. The top of it is actually ABS plastic, so it's really, really heavy and durable. And if you scratch it with your rotary cutter or anything, it really doesn't damage the table, so that's really nice. The legs on the side are actually hydraulic, and it can lift from about 29 inches low all the way up to 45 inches tall. So no matter if you're vertically challenged or vertically blessed, this table is going to be the right height for you because you can adjust it. The other thing is if you happen to have a house with personality, you can actually lift one side of the table versus the other. So you can actually angle it too. You might notice that I have a sewing machine on here. I love that idea too because I can put my sewing machine on the edge, and if I'm wrestling a really big quilt or a giant petticoat, I can make it so that all of that fabric is rippling towards me, or if my machine's here, rippling that way, so gravity works with me while I'm sewing, which is kind of neat. I also love the fact that where this cutting mat is, there's an indentation in the mat, or not in the mat, but in the table. So you can kind of see it's beveled right here, and that's so that the mat doesn't shift around as you're cutting. Or as some lovely lady pointed out to me, it's a perfect puzzle table. So this workstation has multiple different uses for it. The other thing is it does work as a cutting table, and that was their original purpose for it. Because Martelli makes amazing cutting accessories. They make awesome mats, they make great templates, and they make great rotary cutters. So with this table, you can make it so that you're cutting at a 90-degree angle, which fatigues your shoulders and your back incredibly less, which means that you can get more done in a shorter amount of time. Because I don't know how many of you guys started out like I did, where we got a cheap folding table from one of those big box stores, stuck a cutting mat on it, and said, oh, this will be perfect for my cutting station. Once you get one that's the right height, it makes a world of difference because you don't realize how much you're hunching over or how much you're like this on the mat. When it's the right height, you do that less, which is really cool. The other thing that I like is that you can actually put your sewing machine on it, so you can have a table for multiple different purposes. Of course, we sell the sewing cabinets that have the machine that drops in, but look at this, because I am going to walk over here, put that there, and I can move this over, and you'll notice that I have a little pad underneath my machine. Not only does that help with vibration, but it is the Martelli magic, so just wait until you see what happens. But if I'm wrestling something, I can sew really easily right here. Now just wait. I'm going to go ahead and grab my little remote, and then there's one more thing this table does. I can actually angle it all the way up like a workstation or a drafting table. And if you'll notice, I'm not touching this machine. It's not falling or anything because the Martelli magic pad that's underneath it. And what this does is if I've had a long day trying to sew, trying to work on a project, and my back's tired, everything's just not working, and I just need to get just a little bit more done, say binding, because for me, binding is the bane of my existence, I can actually come to here, and my posture is perfect, and I can see directly to the needle here. So my machine isn't rocking or anything. I can get whatever project is done and not have to move my posture. Isn't that awesome? The other thing is for vertically challenged people like me, whenever we do cut, say, long strips, we tend to be on our tippy toes by the time we get to the edge of the table. Now, when I'm cutting, it's just a straight up motion. I don't have to do that anymore. If you haven't, come see these tables in person because it is really cool to see them in action and actually try it yourself for your height. They are at all 4 of our locations, and we would love to show you. Thanks so much for joining me, and definitely check them out. They're up on our website, and there's 3 different sizes actually. So I've been affectionately calling this one the medium. It's the Sensational Advantage. But there is the Sensational Elite, which is almost 6 feet long, and then the Sensational Premier, which is just about this long. So there's one for all different sizes depending on what your room can accommodate. Thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you guys in stores. Hey guys, here at Rocky Mountain Sewing and Vacuum, we always like to make sewing fun start here. And so we appreciate you watching this video. If you want to see more like it, check out this playlist. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you know what is happening here. So we'll see you guys next time.